Welcome to Next Gen News. I'm Mariah Davis.
And I'm Daniel Dudley.
Nessa Barrett might be joining the BFF Podcast.
Right off the bat, are you guys like flirting Josh again?
Who's you guys?
You and Nessa.
Nessa.
No, come on.
Oh,
But you
come
are.
on.
What do you mean we're flirting?
You're feeding into this a little bit.
You're commenting
Me?
on each other's TikToks or something.
I haven't commented on anything.
The BFF Podcast has posted a photo of Nessa Barrett on their Instagram page with the caption reading, "Something is happening." Fans were speculating that she would be joining the podcast to talk about her recent split. However, shortly after, photos of Nessa and Josh Richards spending time together surfaced, which has led to rumors of them getting back together. If they are getting back together, I mean, talk about moving on so quickly. I don't know what it is about this TikTok world and culture where it's like you break up and 5 seconds later you're hitting up your ex like, babe, I miss you. I mean, maybe they're just friends. Maybe we're just kind of speculating here. But I also didn't even see these two becoming friends again. What about you?
Listen, if you can make content, because that's what this is all about together, and you do it very well, then you're gonna keep making content together, whether you're in a relationship or just giving people that hope that maybe you are getting back together, because fans love all of this stuff, and the BFF Podcast is all about this. If she is joining it, it's gonna be awesome, because they're gonna have a lot of things to say to each other, and they're not gonna hold back. It's gonna be pretty great.
The BFF's podcast Instagram account posted the ultimate clickbait with a photo of Nessa Barrett and the caption reading, quote, "Something is happening." Naturally, the first thing that came to fans' minds was that Nessa would be joining the podcast now that her relationship has ended, and it seems like things have softened between her and her ex, Josh Richards. Josh and Nessa first sparked reunion rumors when they were both guilty of liking fan edits of them together from their past relationship, but shortly after the BFF's post, photos emerged of Josh and Nessa hanging out on a walk together. Now, fans are convinced Nessa and Josh have done more than set their differences aside and are actually giving it another go. Fans have left a wide range of comments under the post saying things like, quote, "Nessa on the podcast exposing Jaden, canceling Josh if they get back together, and Josh and Nessa were spotted together, so we need an emergency pod."
Nessa came to visit me.
I didn't come to visit you. I'm kidding. Did you hear that?
Now, this could just be clickbait. I feel like so many times the BFF Podcast will post something that is like ultra teasing, but then when you actually watch it, it's like the tea really isn't that hot. And I was thinking when I first heard like, oh, she could be joining the podcast, I was like, not Nessa Barrett, because she's not one for gossip, not one for drama. In fact, she's constantly like sharing this message on her social media, like, don't spread hate, don't talk about anybody. So I don't feel like she's gonna spill any tea. What do you think they're even gonna talk about?
See, that's the thing. We don't know what she's gonna do, and she doesn't have to go in there and spill any tea or spread hate. She could maybe lighten up the podcast a little bit with her personality. So I think this all could work out really well for them. And if they are getting back together, it goes with what I've been saying for weeks. Josh Richards must be like the best hang in the world, because everybody wants to hang out with this guy.
I low-key want to hang out with him too. Josh, if you're watching this, hit me up. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen on the BFF's podcast? Let us know.